Good morning, everyone. I hope today finds you well, and welcome to our daily gospel reflection on this Tuesday in the fifth week of Easter. And today we are gifted with this beautiful gospel where Jesus gives us this most beautiful gift. The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to his disciples, "Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. Not as the world gives, do I give it to you. Do not let your hearts be troubled or afraid. You heard me tell you, I am going away and I will come back to you. If you loved me, you would rejoice that I am going to the Father, for the Father is greater than I. And now I have told you this before it happens, so that when it happens, you may believe. I will no longer speak much with you, for the ruler of the world is coming. He has no power over me, but the world must know that I love the Father, and that I do just as the Father has commanded me." The Gospel of the Lord. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give to you. When you hear the word peace, what comes to mind? Perhaps you hear the word peace and you think an end to war and violence. Maybe on a more personal level, you hear the word peace and you think it's freedom from anxiety and worry, freedom from anger, free of anger and hatred. Maybe freedom from despair. That is the world's definition of peace. The world always tells us that peace means an end to our worries and our struggles. But Jesus offers my peace. He offers divine peace. And he's very clear in saying that not as the world gives do he give. So what kind of peace does Jesus offer? Jesus doesn't offer the peace which means an end to our worries and our struggles. Jesus offers a peace which we enjoy despite our worries, our troubles, our anxieties, the difficulties that we have to face in this world, the anger that we feel inside, the anger that is dished out to us. Jesus' peace is a peace which transcends whatever's happening. Perhaps you've experienced this peace sometime in your life. Perhaps sometime in your life you've been through something very, very difficult, very, very distracting, but yet found an overwhelming sense of God's peace. The first time that happened to me was many years ago when I was 20, and my father had what we thought was a stroke, and then we were told it was a cerebral hemorrhage, and it was just a matter of hours. My life was suddenly turned upside down. Grief, fear, worry, everything you could imagine. But then all of a sudden, in the midst of it, there was this internal calm, this sense of very clear peace. And that was my first experience with the type of peace that Jesus is speaking about. And you know, Jesus even tells us that. You see, in the gospel, he is telling us about this peace even before it happens in our lives, so that when it happens, we may believe. At that point, 20 years old, perhaps I believed for the first time of this divine peace because I felt it for the first time. And it's happened several times since then. You know, here's the problem, though. How can we create this sense of peace? Well, we can't. Whenever I have sensed divine peace filling my heart, it's never because something I decided to do because it's something that has come from without. It has come from God. And so the question is, Jesus offers us this divine peace, but how do we receive it? Well, it seems to me we receive it in very subtle but real ways. And to give you an example, and this may sound strange, because I'm going to be talking about baseball, but I remember also when I was young, when I was in high school, trying out for the school baseball team. And I was so excited and so wanted to make the team that I went to tryouts and I concentrated and I tried my best, but like every time I messed up. Ball was hit to me and I'd make an error. I'd throw a ball and it would go all different ways. I tried to hit the ball and miss every time. Needless to say, I didn't make the team. Well, the day after I was cut, I played some intramural softball with my friends. Next thing you know, I'm playing better than I ever had, making all the plays. I remember one in particular, this ball that could not really be caught, but yet I caught it. Even the guy who hit it, my friend Bill, he said, "He caught that?" I was so proud of that moment. And I remember talking to my dad at supper time that night and saying, "Dad, if I had played during the tryouts like I did today playing softball, maybe I would have made the team." And that's when he told me, "You tried too hard. You concentrated so hard on doing it right that you messed it up because you were tense." He says, "But when did you do well? When you relaxed and you had fun." Perhaps it's the same with faith. Perhaps it's the same with God's peace. Not so much that we relax and have fun, because when we're going through turmoil and struggles and stress and worry and anxiety, it's certainly not relaxing and not fun. But maybe it's the same thing. Maybe when we concentrate on what our struggle is, we get consumed by it. And there's no room for God's peace to come in. If anything, it's an opening for the evil one to make us be truly consumed by our anxieties and maybe make decisions that we shouldn't make, and maybe start becoming the type of people we shouldn't be and that God doesn't want us to be. But if we relax, if we find some quiet time and just concentrate on God's love, perhaps that's the opening for God to give us this divine peace. As it says elsewhere in the gospel, "Be still and know I am God." Perhaps just dwelling on God's love for us gives us that sense of peace that Jesus is talking about in today's gospel. It's difficult because, again, it's something that we can't decide to do, especially when we're in the midst of the struggles. But maybe if we cultivate the type of life that is prayerful, that is contemplative, that is open to God all the time, then we will receive that peace when the important time comes. You know, Jesus finishes up by saying that the ruler of the world is going to come, but that ruler has no power over him. Perhaps he's telling us it's the same with us when we truly receive God's peace. Worries, struggles, anxiety, hatred, violence, those will always be a part of our lives in one way, shape, or form. But if we truly receive the divine peace that Jesus offers, then those struggles and worries have no power over us. My friends, I wish you a good day, and let us offer each other a sign of God's peace.